Hey, what's up, everyone? Team
What's
Adventurous.
up?
We just did another thing, and now I'm gonna do this other thing. We just did this thing right here, guy slap, and we're also going to do this thing by Majorkill because we listen, we're jocking Majorkill's dick, okay? Like at this point, like we're just full blown, all right? And you know what? I'm not ashamed. Why do people hate ultramarines? I don't know. Tell me, Papa Kill.
G'day. Tell us why.
G'day, guys and gals. The level of salt in the Warhammer 40k community has been steadily dropping.
Are you sharing the screen?
Oh, fuck. Everybody, I am so stupid. I am so incredibly retarded. I am so turded, they turded me multiple times, not just twice.
I'm seeing a lot less seething nerd rage and a lot more chill. What I'm trying to say is that I feel like the community is at a low level of toxicity, which is always nice. Haven't gotten death threats in quite a while, but some things will never die, such as the prejudice many fans feel towards the glorious ultramarines. If you're an old fan, you're aware of what I'm talking about. Despite the boys in blue being the literal face of Warhammer, lots of people hate it and continue to hate them, their Primarch, their mums, everything about them. And if you were a newer fan, then you're probably still somewhat aware of this rage towards them. Although it has diminished
only because
in recent times, many fans roll their eyes and scoff whenever someone picks Ultramarines as their army of choice. Today we'll uncover why people hate the Ultramarines, pointing out the facts of the matter as well as why recent opinions of them have greatly improved. By the end of this video, we will know if the rage boner was justified or if people just got carried away. Let's get into it.
I always love a good rage boner.
To detail the first and most obvious reason why Ultramarines copped a lot of hate, I'd like to use an analogy from Australian politics. This is Josh Frydenberg, the former deputy leader of the former Australian government. Josh was the federal representative of an electorate that was known to vote for his party in large numbers. It was called a safe seat for Josh. Josh was poised to take control of his political party after the election, becoming one of the most powerful people in Australia. However, Josh fucked up. During the election, he got a bit sweaty as his seat was under threat by a neurosurgeon. So Josh did what any dumb shit retard would do. He bought literally every single billboard in the entire electorate and he plastered his face on all of them. He got roving billboards on people's houses. Fuck, he literally leased the front of businesses shutting down so he could put his face on them. And you know what happened to Josh, the deputy leader of Australia in his stronghold safe electorate? He got smashed and now no longer has a seat in politics. The moral of the story is that people don't want to see your fucking face 24/7, especially if you're some desperate, balding, corrupt shithead. Same thing happened with the Ultramarines. They have every single Space Marine box as the demo models. Every reveal has the Space Marines painted in blue and gold. If anything, the release of the Primaris has made this worse, making everything that little bit extra ultramarine-y. Quite a few new release models that are supposed to be available to any chapter have the Greco-Roman elements to them, which is unique to the Ultramarines. I'll cover why GW has chosen the Ultramarines as their poster boys in another video, but people are just sick of seeing them. Tying into that point, when new people join the hobby and get their starter kit, they'll feel almost obliged to paint their minis as Ultramarines, as they don't know enough lore to connect with one of the other legions or chapters, and they just kind of see what's in front of them and go off that. This shouldn't really matter, but I can see how this would tick a few people off. People who feel like their chapter has been neglected in favor of the Ultra Wank. The next reason why
Don't you mean the Ultra Wank?
No. Oh God. It's so much better that way.
Now, GW have done a good job of twisting this into a positive, but here is why it originally pissed me off. The Ultramarines were the clean, by-the-book boys who lacked a bit of flavor as a result. Sure, they have their Roman aesthetic, which is cool, but it seemed more like a cosmetic thing rather than a core part of their identity. They didn't seem to have any unique wildcard features or dark secret struggles. They were kind of there doing their straighty 180 thing, which wasn't that exciting. Alpha Buzzer actually memed this quite well in his earlier text-to-speech videos, highlighting the community's dislike of them as well as their try-hard, almost cringe persona. There's a reason why CAIKDO is voiced as if he had just had his balls crushed between two boulders.
Oh my gosh. So basically they're just like filler characters.
Kind of sounds that way.
Boulders. To expand on this, when the Horus Heresy ended, Gilliman created the Codex Astartes, which was like a guideline for how Space Marines should act. This made the term "play it by the book" extremely literal for the Ultramarines. The Codex was also enforced upon the other chapters, which further pissed off other players who didn't want their chapters to be influenced by the boys in blue. However, here is how GW have taken steps to address and fix this complaint. Firstly, there was a scene in recent lore where Gilliman had been revived and was talking to an Ultramarine. Gilliman notices how polished and shiny the Ultramarine's armor is and says, "Bro, your armor was fine yesterday. Why did you polish the ever-living shit out of it, you try-hard?" And the Ultramarine gets kind of upset and Gilliman feels bad. And he says, "Okay, sorry, don't worry, it looks nice." The interaction ends with the Ultramarine saying, "I am an Ultramarine. Trying too hard is the entire point of us, isn't it?" This made Gilliman smile. If you're going to be the try-hard goody two-shoes, then it's important that you own it, which is what they've done here. On top of that, there are a number of instances in the lore where chapters...
I'm an Ultramarine. The whole point is that
The whole point.
What's the point of being an Ultramarine if I'm not better than everyone else?
Oh, well, so that gives a whole new meaning to them being called Ultramarines.
Really, Caitlin?
Yes. Look, they made the joke, not me.
Adhering to closely have become predictable and were beaten as a result of this. After all, the Tyranids nearly defeated the Ultramarines at McCrag because the book was outdated and hadn't accounted for the space bugs of death. This shows that playing it by the book in Warhammer,
like, but you should always account for the space bugs of death.
Gilliman himself.
Did you not tell them?
Did you not tell them they were the lords, the space bugs of death?
More like, did you not tell the bugs that these are the Lord's Marines? Much more canonically accurate.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you not tell them that these were the Lord's Marines?
I hate all the space bugs. I hate all the space bugs.
Referring to it now as a set of outdated suggestions and guidelines rather than a strict rulebook. Even CAIKDO Sicarius, who, let's face it, is a bit of an ass-kissing cocksucker, was given a solid traumatized during some incidences in the warp, which have made him a lot more grounded and less insufferable. My point is that it's good to see GW recognizing the negative attitude towards the Ultramarines as a result of their mistakes, hence taking steps to fix them. I have spoken to a number of people who hated Ultramarines back in the day. Most of them now say that as a result of the better lore, characters, and less bullshit ultra-wank writing, they are now one of their favorite chapters. So where did all this shit Ultramarine writing come from? A dude known as Matt Ward. There was an era where the Ultramarines were retardedly overpowered. CAIKDO Sicarius defeated a Catan Shard. Marnie's Calgar was able to fucking deadlift a big-ass Necron pylon, and also punch an Avatar of Cain to death. The greatest insult, however, was the fact that Matt stated that the Ultramarines were literally the best Space Marines, the gold standard that other chapters would always aspire to be like, yet always fall short, and that they all secretly wish that Marnie's Calgar was their chapter master. Huge fucking bruh. He did a lot of other cook shit, like random lore-conflicting trash, overpowered characters, ignoring previously established lore, and even messing with the tabletop game. GW quite a lot of his work over the years because it was so bad. So you can imagine with this guy having an ultra boner for the blue boys, shit would always go sideways. By Matt trying to basically make it canon that the Ultramarines are better than the other chapters, everyone who plays the other chapters, which is, you know, a lot of people, suddenly had a very appropriate reaction of, "Get fucked, you dog." That definitely would have been my reaction. This was the peak Ultramarine hate period, with the vast majority of people who still hate the Ultramarines using this as their reference.
At some point, I'm going to have to do a fair bit of homework about this Matt Ward guy.
Yeah.
because we keep hearing about him
Yes. And how he fucked shit up.
and how like everything he wrote was like retarded.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my
And
God, dude.
it's like,
Not
why did they keep any of it?
It's like, didn't you guys read any of his shit before you put a fucking stamp of approval on it?
Right.
Space Marine players, it was little better. As an Eldar player myself, it was grim watching new release after new release, just being new Space Marine lieutenants painted in the colors of blue and gold. In the meantime, I was reluctantly painting Guardians and Aspect Warriors that were just as old, if not older than myself. I know Tyranid players continue to feel that pain to this day. Obviously, this is more of a Space Marine issue, not just Ultramarines, but the Ultramarines do seem to be the face of the issue, as that's all we ever see. Fortunately, GW have since given the Eldar quite a lot of love, which has sated my appetite for now, but that leaves plenty of poor souls with their borderline antique models. Like I was talking about Warhammer with my auntie the other day, as her sons, my cousins, were into it for a while, and they gave me their models years ago. She was like, those will probably be worth quite a lot of money now. And I laughed because quite a lot of them were the exact same models that GW sells today. If there's one thing that doesn't gain value with age, it's Warhammer models. Okay, so we've seen why people hated and continue to hate the Ultramarines, and we have looked at a few solutions GW has tried to implement. Let's check out a few more to determine at what point the Ultramarines came back into the community's good grace. Well, the first stage of unfucking the ultra shit reputation was the departure of Matt Ward. Even non-Ultramarine things that he had tainted were attributed to the Ultramarines, creating this nasty feedback loop. With him going,
the Geller Fields being psychics that are being tortured in the ship, Ultramarines.
Like, you know what? We're going to make your spawn suffer. Well, they weren't even technically his spawn, but I mean, but yeah.
Or just abandoning some of the terrible lore, as well as balancing the wacky rules. Stuff like all other chapters wanting to get fisted by Marnius was no longer a thing. The other chapters started love whilst the Ultra Wank Fest subsided. However, the big thing that made the Ultramarines cool again was the resurrection of Gilliman. This is pretty ironic, as you think that the revival of their dad as Lord of the Imperium and the hero of the setting is the most ultra wank thing in the entire planet. But they made it work by making Gilliman an extremely engaging and
the ultra wank.
Yes.
Interesting.
The only force in the fucking galaxy that can combat the orc. Wah! The ultra wank.
Whilst extending that good writing to the Ultramarines he interacts with, we get to spend a lot of time with them, exploring their character arcs and culture. The pressure they put on themselves to be the best has really taken its toll on them after 10,000 years, with many Ultramarines and Gilliman himself having been worn down. They were shown to no longer be these Mary Sues, losing and requiring the intervention of other factions to survive, including the Eldar. Marnius was also beaten in a fight with Abaddon, which in my opinion would have been a great opportunity to kill him off, but unfortunately GW's balls weren't big enough on that occasion. So by fixing their previous mistakes through better writing, gradual retconning, and less ultra wank, GW successfully changed the public's opinion about the Ultramarines. Was the hate justified, or were people being way overly dramatic about their little pieces of painted plastic? Straight up, it was totally justified. If someone tried to tell me that my dog actually wished it had a different owner, I would tell my dog to bite them in the nuts. I get that everyone has their own favorite chapter, and you cannot show that kind of bias to a writer. Ironically, by Matt Ward trying to make the Ultramarines the best and most loved faction, he had made them the most hated. In saying that, GW has really done a lot of good work fixing the Ultramarine lore, rules, and writing. Gilliman is a joy to read about.
He's like, I'm gonna make my guys the best. They're gonna be super cool. Everyone's gonna want to be like them. And then maybe Billy from 8th grade will wish he was my friend. Yeah.
It's like, but Billy from 8th grade died like 3 years ago.
Too bad, Matt. You'll never have Billy's approval now. but I'm dead serious though. Like this whole like the whole thing with Matt Ward, it really just feels like he was just so desperate to be the guy that made the thing that like he wanted to be like George Lucas.
Yes.
He wanted to have that thing tied to him that everyone loves, so he could be like, yeah, that's mine. And instead, he just tried he just did all the wrong things, and instead I was like, yeah, this dude fucked up everything. Fuck that guy. But I mean, at least he's he's probably at least as infamous as he wanted to be famous. So there's that.
Yeah, I mean, infamy is permanent, fame is temporary. So I mean, there you go. Plus, I mean, I think that may be also why like they came across as so try hard, was because he was trying so hard.
Right, because the person who made them was try hard. That's exactly the point I've been making here. It's like the whole reason they suck so bad is because this dude was desperate to make a name for himself. And I mean, he did.
Yeah.
Most of the other factions getting plenty of love now. So if you're one of the few remaining people that have nightmares over the boys in blue, rolling your eyes and fingering your ass whenever someone paints an ultramarine,
why would you
do what?
God damn it! They're painting another ultramarine. Ah! What? just gonna fist my own asshole until I'm not mad about it anymore.
Who knows? Maybe that's something he does as a coping mechanism. And then you just have Majorkill.
Majorkill is like, well, they did my Eldar big titty, Eldar girlfriend another disservice in the lore. I guess I'm gonna get drunk and shove my fist up my ass about it.
And then he just like pops up out of nowhere, almost like Timmy, and he's just like, oh, that's not something everyone does. My bad.
Oh god!
Build a fucking bridge, get the fuck over it. Judging something or someone.
Don't get us wrong. We love you, Majorkill.
To get fingering your ass whenever someone paints an ultramarine. Then my advice is build a fucking bridge and get the fuck over it.
Build a fucking
Judging
bridge
something
and get
or
the
someone
fuck over
purely
it.
on their past and not on the things they've done to improve themselves is very stupid and counterproductive. It's literally cancel culture, except instead of all ultramarines doing blackface 20 years ago as a joke, they were just mishandled for a couple editions. If you enjoyed the video and you want to support the channel, then Patreon is the place to be. We're only $1 per month. You get access to a boatload of Battle Mace 40 million.
Oh, hell yeah. Damn. G-Man is serving it to that elf. Jesus Christ. You see her face right now?
Yep. Oh my god.
He is rearranging her guts right now. Oh my god, that facial expression, Caitlin. I am just looking at this right now, and I'm like, wait, did he make this bitch retarded? And I love G-Man's expression. He's just like, yes, take it. Yes. Is that not his expression?
Yes,
right
yes, it is. Yes. Oh my god.
Take it. Caitlin.
What?
Yes, take this ultra wag.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
No, because you gotta say it in Gilliman's voice. So he's telling your brain to take the ultra wag. Oh
Oh
my
my
God.
God. Oh, great.
Talk about stuffing it to those filthy Xenos. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh
Oh my God, Major
gosh.
Kill.
Yes,
that,
Major.
that one piece of head tie was funnier than the entire rest of the video.
And I love how at the end of every video he's just like, oh yes, and by the way, I sell porn.
Like, hey guys, just in case you forgot, I sell porn.
Right.
Just so you know,
Yeah.
like in case you forgot, like I sell it,
Yeah.
like a lot of it, like
like this
it's
is how
all
I pay,
there.
this is how I pay my bills, man.
listen, those anime titties, they've made me a lot of money, guys. Just I sell it.
Oh.
Oh, welcome to the adventure.
Yeah.
Oh, fucking A.